Well, it is 2016, and what's a better way than to get some new hardware for your PC? And awesomely, I've got a GTX 980. This is the most up-to-date and modern graphics card I've ever owned and put into a computer. And oh my god, is it much better? It is like 2 generations ahead of the GTX 650 Ti Boost that I originally had. Goodbye 2015, nobody misses you. So, for my own self-indulgence, we're gonna see the difference between games that were running on a GTX 650 Ti Boost compared to games running on a GTX 980. I'm going to be showing a bunch of recorded videos and I'll talk over them, what's going on with the frame rates and how they look. Alright then, let the show begin. Now booting up Batman Arkham City for the first time, we've got this out of game graphics setting launcher right here. And it looks like we've got everything on. Ambient occlusion, dynamic shadows, detail level is very high, with an extreme there. We're just going to keep it back to where it wants it to be. Hardware accelerated physics. Now I'm going to turn this off, because normally having physics on usually has a pretty big FPS hit. Now we've got anti-aliasing on, FXAA, high, VSync on. The incorrect screen resolution will bump that up to what it's meant to be, 1080p. So everything's good here. DirectX 11 features have been turned off. And no 3D, of course. Alright, let's see how it goes. Now, unlike Arkham Knight, Arkham City is actually an optimized game. So you're gonna get the FPS that you want. That's what I'm trying to say. And as we see here, it did dip down a little bit as we were entering out into the open world, but right now we've got a constant 60. And revealing a bit more of the world, still got 60, got a bit higher. And yeah, we've got 60 FPS. Not really anything to complain about. So let's try and find some action. Yeah, tipping down a little bit. It's probably loading a bit more of the world. Load more textures and such. Objects. But it goes back up to 60, nevertheless. Alright, let's get some punching and kicking going. He went flying. I'm doing really horrible there. That was awesome though. So yeah, pretty rock solid. Constant 60 FPS. It dipped down to like, I don't know, 58, 57 a couple of times, and that was probably just because there was a bit more loading going on, loading textures and objects.
Someone help me!
Yeah, let's see how the 980 performs. We should be able to put more settings higher. Okay, so GTX 980. I clicked the reset to default button, and all it changed was my resolution, which had made it lower again for some reason. So what we're going to do is we're just going to bump everything up and see how it goes. I'm going to turn VSync off. See, MSAA, English usually helps. Keep the 3D off, of course. We're going to put these DirectX 11 features up. Let's see. Seems to be only one. Tessellation can go on high. Ah yes, hardware accelerated physics. It's on normal. We could probably bump this up to high. It wants plus 2 cards apparently. Well, we've got a 980, so hopefully these two cards combined equals a 980 or something like that. Detail level extreme. Oh, I didn't even know that option was there. Alright. Looking good. Let's see how the game performs.
Strange tried to kill us all. I'm glad he's dead.
It's the freak! I told you, it's Batman! Get it! I'll kill you, Batman!
Well, I forgot to talk. I was having so much fun beating up bad guys. Okay. So it seems to be running fine. I'm getting occasional dips down to 58 or 59, something like that. Ah, I missed that. But game looks nice and sharp. The game is a few years old by now, and Arkham City, Arkham Knight I mean, does look a lot better. Hello. Now for some reason the game went to a different save, like it went to a different point, I don't know why. I have finished the game before, guys. Let's have a look. Yeah, we're getting some all over the place frame rate going on here. But nevertheless, it's staying above 60.
Sky looks so much better when it's not full of helicopters that are all trying to kill us.
Maybe I am at the end of the game. I don't know. Whatever. So yeah, game works fine. Maybe I would turn off the hardware accelerated physics.
Bruce Wayne got his rich ass locked up in Arkham City. Guess there really is a god.
So I'm not really seeing any effects for it yet. It's probably specific parts, like inside where there's like a lot of litter or something. But whatever, nice and sharp, looking good, running good. Batman.
Who do I have to kill to get some grub?
Alright, so look at the options here in Battlefield 4. Oh, the game in the background is running, of course. As you can see here, the graphics was set to auto, and everything is pretty much been set to medium. I haven't bothered to actually touch it, because in a game like this you do want 60 frames per second. Yeah, I'll put the field of view up to 85, that's horizontal. There is no VSync on, 1080p of course. No weapon depth of field, resolution scale is 100%. We have ambient occlusion, SSAO on, anti-aliasing, post anti-aliasing on medium, anti-aliasing deferred off, and everything else like textures and shadows and post-processing, shaders, medium. We can do a system performance test if we want, but no, we've got the game already going in the background. Alright, let's go. Let's quit looking at that laggy thing in the background. And let's just spawn right into the action.
It's now in our control. Attack this objective, soldiers! Okay, men, keep this objective safe. Just lost objective Bravo. Supplies incoming. Get in and get out. Take what you need. This objective is our target. There's a med kit. One of our men. I have eyes on enemy heavy armor east of your current location. Check your maps for resupply location. Heads up! Enemy sniper east of your location. Objective Bravo has been neutralized. We just took objective Echo.
So Battlefield 4 on high settings on the GTX 650 Ti Boost. It runs good, it runs fine. It like stays on 60 and occasionally it might dip a little bit below 60, but compared to medium settings it's not as high of a frame rate, but considering that we are above 60 it doesn't really matter that much. But I suppose if you really are bothered about the frame rate dropping below 60, then just keep it on medium. But yeah, it works fine on high. But let's see how it goes on a GTX 980. Okay, so game doesn't have any adjusting or anything like that. So we're just gonna go up to... We're just gonna go up to Ultra. See how that goes. Apply that. Hopefully it's all applied. Yeah, save. Good. And let's... Yep, we're above 100 FPS. Good, good, good. Higher tick rate server. Alright, let's just spawn. Holy shit, it's loud. This isn't really the biggest map to play on, but I don't know, I guess I can have little miniature details. And I'm dead already. Great. Yeah, game's optimized. 100 FPS, everything on Ultra. 4 times MSAA. God, try and say that right for once. Yeah, looks fine, looks good. Nothing to complain about. Whatever. Ow. Well, that wasn't helpful at all. Now let's try and get 1 kill this whole server. Oh, I hope there isn't friendly fire on. Holy crap. Now there's a shit ton going on. Oh, that didn't work at all. I just want 1 kill so I can end this video. Is it so much to ask for? Shit. Keep going. Fuck, don't get stuck. Okay, okay, keep the momentum up. Yes, got a kill. Alright, we're good. See ya. Next video. Now the game on the GTX 650 Ti Boost does default to medium, and that's where it runs at 60. But for this particular video, we're gonna set it to high and see how it goes. And as you see here, everything's on high except for some things which are turned off, but mostly just high. So run the benchmark and see how it performs on high. And as you can see here, it's below 60. So this isn't really the most optimal. If you play in a driving game, you really do want to have stay on 60 and above, because it's a driving game. You want the best precision and no hiccups at all when you're turning and when you're driving, accelerating and everything. You just want everything to be perfect so you can just rely on your skill and your controller. You don't want it dipping down. You don't, especially in this game when you can easily drive off a cliff. So as you can see here, it is keeping above 60, but it keeps on dipping down to 54. Especially when we change to these different views. And you've got an occasional, looks like stuttering there. Especially when going this view, it's going down to 52. That's not great. It's even dipping down to 48 now. Alright, so not great. Average was 56, minimum 45, maximum 77. We want our average to be 60. That's what we optimally want for a racing game. Now we're going to set it down to medium, which is the optimal settings for me on the GTX 650 Ti Boost to obtain 60 FPS, a constant 60 FPS. That shouldn't anyway dip below 60. And I put some of these like texture and shadings up because they don't really hinder the frame rate at all really. And I know my graphics card can handle those high. So we're gonna go to the benchmark and see what happens. Alright, so medium settings on the GTX 650 Ti Boost. We're staying above 60 frames per second. And it's going up to 76. That'd probably be the maximum. So for a sacrifice of the graphics to medium settings, it looks fine. Like, it's not the greatest looking racing game in the whole world. Like, there are better looking ones. But when you're playing a racing game, you want your 60 frames per second. And the game looks fine on medium. It looks fine. So there we have it. An average of 71. Minimum 57. It's probably there for like a millisecond. And a maximum of 83. Good. Medium settings. But we want to do better on the GTX 980. Alright, so the game obviously defaulted to Ultra, which is pretty much just everything set up to the highest settings there is. As you can see here, 1080p as well. 4x MSAA, decided to just keep it on the default, don't want to lose any frames. VSync is off, refresh rate 60. So we go into the advanced settings, everything is up to its highest. Yep, still everything up high. Except for advanced blending, which I decided to keep off, which is the default, because I have no idea what it is. I'll have to look that up one day. Alright, so everything looks amazing and good. Let's go and benchmark. Alright, so it's keeping above 60. Yep, above 80, above 90. It's looking good. And it says everything's set to the highest. Oh, and of course it's not the most amazing looking racing game ever, but I'm just happy to see some above 60 and having everything set highest. And here we go. Average 92. Minimum 68. It didn't go below 60 at all, and the max 112. Pretty damn good. GTX 980. Pretty good.
Ethan Carter I didn't know, but he knew who I was. When the police won't help you and the priests don't believe you, you call on Paul Prospero. You call on me. If you're a kid, then you're right. Plenty do. Ethan's letter started out just like any other fan mail. But soon there were mentions of things no little boy should know about. There are places that exist that very few people can see. Ethan could have drawn a map. I hadn't entered Red Creek Valley yet, but already I could feel its darkness reaching out for me. Finding Ethan Carter wasn't going to be as easy as knocking on his door. I was too late for that. To find Ethan, I had to figure out what this place was trying to hide from me. Red Creek Valley seemed like a quiet, ordinary place. I've learned two things in my life. No place is truly quiet, and nowhere is really ordinary. Ethan warned me about that. Warned me not to be fooled by what I saw here. He didn't need to worry. I'd worked dozens of cases, hundreds. This would be my last one. Already I knew that.
Now, for The Witcher 3 on the GTX 650 Ti Boost, I have set the graphics to mostly low and some things are medium. This game really shows how old the 650 is, especially the whole 600 series is. Like, this game really pushes it. Now, to the post-processing, I've got all the bells and whistles pretty much turned off. Everything's off. Even bloom and blur. Now into the graphics. VSync on. Maximum frames per second. I always have it on 30, as I said before, because having it on 30 gets rid of those weird hitches and stuttering. Now 1080p, I always love having my 1080p. Full screen, video here works off, of course. And everything's pretty much low and medium. Shadow quality, medium. Terrain quality, medium. Texture quality, high. I like seeing high textures, I'm a bit of a graphics whore. Grass density, medium. Water quality, low, because I didn't really see much difference in the even quality of water. Detail level, medium. Foliage, visibility, range, low. Background characters, low. You get the idea.
Why buy tomorrow what you can buy today?
Hey, you! Yes, you! You got water on the brain?
Got a minute?
For you, my friend, oh.
I beg your pardon, stop pestering me with this confounded...
You know what I saw in the Russians the other day? A black goose with a red breast.
It's true. No lie in the legend. It makes a plant native species.
Why did rats arrive here? Their hatcheries are far away. We're not along their migratory path.
Someone must have brought them from the continent when they escaped. A moment of negligence.
Medallion's humming. Mason, it's gotta be. Go, go.
Okay, now on the GTX 980, in the options. Everything is being put up. I put the blur down because I don't like it. SSAO, which was what it defaulted to. I did try HBAO plus, and yeah, it did knock down the frame rate. And everything else is turned on. Depth of field, chromatic aberration, vignetting, light shafts, all on. And the graphics, VSync off. Put the maximum frames per second up to 60. And 1080p, full screen. Turned all the Nvidia hairworks off because, yeah, it knocks down the frame rate a lot. Number of background characters, ultra. Everything is just put up to ultra. So in nearly maximum settings, just have to turn off the necessary things that like to eat up your frame rate. Okay, so let's go have a look.
The thinking customer will see right away I've got the best deals this side of the pond.
I cannot imagine the city under Nearstown.
It even sounds
Oh!
outside. Come on, your strengths go.
Darn it to heck!
Oh, typical times.
For you, my friend, always.
Gotta tell me, how'd you wind up owning this establishment?
You'll never believe this. I inherited it from none other than Alonzo White.
Easy. Killing the ice giant? Hey?
Magic. A place of power. You're ugly. Move it!